Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Khairul Anwar bin Abdul Rahim. My student ID is 01DM21F1001.
Assalamualaikum dan selamat sejahtera. My name is Hilmi Hakim bin Azhar. My matrix number is 01 DEM21F1013.
First, I will explain about the open loop control system. Now, open loop control system, the output was fully controlled by the input, which means that whatever the input is, so on the output. And also, it doesn't have a feedback system because once the input is going through into controller, it doesn't have an feedback system to indicate which whether it is a true output or false output. And of course, it does not have a feedback structure. Next, I will continue with the closed loop control system. Now, when we talk about the closed loop control system, the output was compared with the actual condition, which means that it has a structure that we call the feedback structure, which is this measuring element that you can see on the slide. Measuring element consists of sensors, actuators, and so on. So the output will be taken from the process. After the process, the output will be taken and going through the feedback structure and will be compared into the input. So if it detects an error, which means that it's different from the input given, it will have a system that will correct itself. So the output will be just fine and will not wrong because it has a feedback system that can detect the error and repair itself. Now, feedback system will generate the error sign and compare it to the input. And it's a good regulation against disturbance, which means that um, the disturbance can't be happen in this closed loop system because it has a feedback structure. So when it detects error, it will repair itself. It will take action to control it back so the output can be true again. Next, let us move on to the basic elements for process control. The first one that we got here is the set point. Set point is a value of process variable that is desired to be maintained, which means that this set point is a value that we need to maintain in order to the system to work properly. Next, we have a disturbance. Disturbance is a signal that can affect the value of the system. Now, remember what I told you in the last slide, which is the closed loop system. In disturbance is a signal that can affect the value, which means that we don't want this disturbance in our system because it can ruin the output of our system. The next one, we got a feedback. Feedback is a property of closed loop system, which means that in open loop system, it doesn't have a feedback, which can compare the output with the input so that appropriate action may be formed. The last one is the error. Error is the difference between the measured value compared to the set point.
Now, I will continue about automatic parking system in control system. So first, this is our diagram of automatic parking system. So I will explain and evaluate about operation of automatic parking system. First, the driver have to on automatic parking system in the car with set a set point which is have a exactly parking spot. More, the controller inside the system will energize input into the system to follow the set point that have been made. Thus, electronic power steering will automatically drive themselves into the parking spot and move the vehicle. Moreover, the sensor will detect the hazard or car behind and give the input to the controller to make a command into the system, and this we call a feedback. Fourthly, any disturbance or error in this system will be energized immediately to the system to avoid an accident. Lastly, this operation will be repeated until the input that been set are successfully. Next, we will continue about advantage and disadvantage of automatic parking system in control system. So firstly, the advantage is no wasted time. Secondly, more realistic and accurate in output vision. Thirdly, easy to use. And lastly is helpful in avoiding a hazard behind. For the advantage are, driver become not independent, it will be costly, and the software can be damaged. Next, what we can improve automatic parking system in the future. Firstly, increase accuracy. Use an advanced sensor or algorithm. Number two, enhance safety features to avoid accident while parking. Thirdly, expand capability. It means automatic parking systems are currently limited to specific vehicle, model and parking space. Lastly, improve user experience. Automatic parking system can be intimidating for some driver. Future system could be designed with more user-friendly, with interface that easy to understand and easy to use. So firstly, we have a closed loop system, which is firstly auto cruiser, auto heat iron, cloth dryer, army missile launcher, and lastly voltage stabilizer. These all have feedback, not like open loop system that they don't have any feedback. So we continue with open loop system. So firstly, our group have manual washing machine, motorcycle starter, television remote control, semi-auto gate, and lastly is volume control stereo. These output are really directly, so they don't have any feedback. So the operation will continue in easy diagram or easy circuit will be made. So that's all from our group, and thank you for having our group to present this presentation, and thank you and have a good day. Assalamualaikum.